What's up, everybody? Today I have a very big news type of video for you guys today, so make sure you leave your comments down below before we get into it. Any thoughts or predictions you have about this new character I'm going to introduce to you guys, or any other thoughts or theories about anything else you'd like to share. Sorry, I'd love to have a conversation about sport and to me. Just please emphasize, please. I'd love to compare predictions now together. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video, share this video if you need all the views I can get, and subscribe to this channel if you already have not. And check out if you enjoy this channel. Subscribe to the channel if you already not. If you enjoy my videos, check out my other videos if you already not. Need all the views I can get. And without further ado, let's get into it. I said it all wrong at a state, so got a little indigestion problems kicking in here. So anyway, so a little bit of Cobra Kai news. Now, obviously, this really good chance it doesn't even mean anything. I just wanted to put it out there. If you ever looked, and I saw a couple YouTubers, actually take it seriously and fall for it. I mean, I did fall for it, I will admit, for a time, but I mean, come on, really. It could be understandable since last season in the IMDb page, prior Cobra Kai Season 3 being released, that Miguel Diaz, Zolo Mary, whatever the heck his last name is, I don't know, somebody tell me how to pronounce it in the comment section or something. He was credited for just the first episode, and that was it. And, you're thinking, okay, well, it's reasonable that this guy sits the sideline because of his injury, but that's obviously not where the show went at all, and he was in every single episode like he always has been. Characters like him, Johnny, and Daniel are the only three, that's ever actually done that in the show. That's what it is. Yeah, that's how it is. And there was so many, like Johnny and Daniel only had like 2 credits each. Kreese only had 1 credit. You didn't even see Chosen or Kumiko, or of course they were keeping Allie, everything about Allie coming back in the dark. Just like they might be with somebody like Mike Barnes or Julie Pierce, I personally think this season. But anyway, and you had, several, you did have several Samantha credits, you did have several, Jacob Bertrand credits, you did have several Dimitri credits, but, it wasn't even enough for them. So, they really put in a lot of, characters you thought, maybe the show was literally going to take up, all kinds of new characters this season, but they put in all the extras and really credited each and every single one of them except for the main characters, like I was saying. And like I said, there was really never a character that was credited over and over. The most character, actually, that was credited on the Cobra Kai Season 3 IMDb page prior to Season 3 releasing was Mikey, who's a stunt double played by Chris Schmidt Jr. Yeah, and obviously, he's a little, scrawny little fella. He's got long hair. He was in the house fight. He was fighting A-Face, if you know what I'm talking about. He was actually just in 4 episodes. He was credited for 7. He was just in 4. He also, just to refresh your memory, he was in the arcade fight wearing a yellow shirt. Dimitri kicked him in the face. He was one of the kids. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he's a pointless character. He doesn't even really have any lines. And the only character that they said that was in multiple episodes, that they got every episode that they were in right, was Kyler. They credited him for Season 3, Episode 6, Season 3, Episode 7, Season 3, Episode 9, and Season 3, Episode 10. And that was entirely true, because he came back in Season 3, Episode 6, had the one scene in the lunchroom, drawing a dingus on Dimitri's arm. It didn't have anything to do with Season 3, Episode 8. I was just about the adults at the council meeting, and, Robbie getting out of jail, and, really finding how, everybody's betrayed him in his mind. That's all that episode was about. And then Season 3, Episode 9, obviously he went, the zoo heist, and then in Season 3, Episode 10, he was in the house fight. So they completely got that right. They didn't get Mikey's right. So the IMDb page is something, though, this season, when you look at it, it's not really crediting any extras at all. It's done the exact opposite. It's credited all the main characters for pretty much every episode, which is 100% accurate. They're not crediting any extras. One thing I've noticed, though, in Season 2, or Season 4, Episode 2, and Season 4, Episode 3, there's a character that's in the thumbnail that this video is all mainly centered around, named Zach, played by Brock Duncan, I believe, and he looks to be maybe 15 or 16 in real life. He's definitely not like the other ones. Maybe like something like Kenny's age, or Bert and Nate. He has really curly, thick hair, like mine's looking right now. Honestly, he has really curly, thick hair, as you saw in the thumbnail. And like I said, there's not really any extras being credited this season. Now, another thing I've noticed is that there's, Johnny is having like a 9-year-old play his flashbacks this season, which just a little bonus, thing to say here. I personally think what it's going to be is, Johnny is going to start growing up and realize that he doesn't have a dad, someone out there, to be there for him and be his best friend. And maybe Johnny before that and his mom didn't have a lot of money, and since Johnny's mom was kind of hot, she became a gold digger and married Sid, which was obviously an awful choice for the fact of Johnny getting a good dad, like I was saying. And they could be saying, you're going to have a good life now. We all know what Sid may have said the first time I met him, yes you are, but we all know truly what direction that it went in, of course. Rest in peace, Ed Asner, just to say. I haven't actually said that on the channel yet. I should have. Anyway, I hadn't really got any, topics to talk about that. But that character literally comes up in like 7 or 8 episodes, which is not happening. That character, there's so much stuff to focus on for stars, and there's not enough to be talked about when Johnny was under double digits age. Okay, he wasn't doing karate or anything like that. Maybe they could show, a couple scenes of him being bullied at school, making his life even worse. He's not going to be in 7 or 8 episodes. I promise you that. That's just a character was confirmed, and the IMDb page posted it for multiple. I don't know really how they run it. I really don't. But it came up literally like 7, as opposed to when I was just saying, Zach, who was be understandable, he wouldn't be a major character, is in 2. Now, the thing to point out why Zach actually might be a legit new character that's maybe even being underestimated for the amounts of episodes he's in. Like, I only think maybe he'd be in 4 or 5 half. They're not crediting any of the other extras, like I said, or stand-ins of characters, that we saw a lot on the IMDb page last year, like, stand-ins like, Doug, all the stand-ins, let's say for Miyagi Do Dojo and Cobra Kai Dojo, none of them are being credited, no extras. So, for this character to be credited, it makes me feel he has some sort of plot in this show being new. And I tell you, these kids are getting older. They really need to attract this younger crowd now. Bring in some new characters. They might be keeping Zach in the dark. Like me personally, I don't think, when it comes to Kenny and Devin, and that's another thing I wanted to throw out here, they're only credited for 1 episode each, and it's in the first episode. How in the world that would be the episode that they would be? I mean, yeah, it's possible that they want to introduce, but there's a lot of stuff to cover, but to do them both in the first episode, I mean, and not even be seen again like that. I personally don't think they're both going to be seen in the first episode. Me personally, and especially I think Kenny, honestly, in my opinion, especially since we've seen random footage out of him, all the footage we've seen, he was a part of it. Obviously, that's coincidence. He's not going to be one of the main characters, but he'll be bigger than Devin, and I personally think Kenny will probably be in 5 or 6 episodes. Maybe have a little fight early on the tournament against Bert or Nate or somebody like that. But he does look like in that one scene in the bathroom that he's about to bust some Cobra Kai on Hawk, and I really don't blame him. I actually hope he does learn how to stand up for himself. But obviously, he's not going to take down anybody big in the tournament. I mean, let's be real, but. We could be getting a new character. No extras, other extras being credited. And, Zach, I definitely think Kenny and Devin, like I said, are going to be in more episodes than just 1. I mean, Kenny's in the teaser. I mean, you really think that's the first episode where Hawk's, nah. Pinning, Kenny up the wall. I mean, Kenny's obviously seen in the teaser. He's seen, in the, and I've told the story how it kind of has the, a little bit of time. The Hawk's going to bully Kenny another time before any of that bathroom stuff happens because Kenny was wearing a Cobra Kai shirt, and we know the discussion of the scene. Obviously that was just referred to a minute ago, where Robbie goes up on his porch and, hands the backpack to him. We know that backpack was probably stolen, and Robbie gave him the advice, and Kenny probably said, I'll think about it. They had a little bit of 30-second maybe, conversation, and Kenny would obviously come back and, then had a Cobra Kai shirt and maybe, learned a couple things from Robbie or something like that on his first day, but He's definitely going to be in more than one episode, and I definitely feel, even though I don't really feel much about Devin, like Kenny at all, she's definitely going to be in more than one episode. Probably not the first episode, though. But I tell you, Zach, being credited really stands out for some. I think he might be more next year with them wanting to flood this new, younger crowd in. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to leave your comments down below on your thoughts about this or any other theories you'd like to share. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Share this video if you can. Need all the views I get. I'm sure someone out there who person who would need likes this video. And make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are not. If you enjoyed this channel, Scott and check out our videos or not. Need all the views I get. Alright, guys. Love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. So take care. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.